spots in Seattle to shoot the sunset, because when you go to a new place, that, you know, is what people want to do these days, is get killer sunset shots. And so this is one spot. This is Alki Beach in West Seattle. And you get a really, really nice view of the skyline. We actually have some obstruction here, but if you go further down that way, there's clearer spots.
Yeah, maybe we can get the cormorant here and then...
Yeah, this is still kind of a unique angle. There's also Salty's restaurant right there. It's a little pricey, but you know, if you want to treat yourself, there's some nice seafood.
It's straight up dig
and
out.
it's right on the water, so you get a killer view of downtown Seattle. All right, let's talk about gear here. So to start with, I have my brand new X-T3 in the nice silver, and this is the 18-55 lens that I normally have on it, but I'm going to switch it up right now and put on the 55-200. So it's a variable aperture, but look at how tiny that thing is. Like, considering that, you know, the range on it, it's actually not that big. So
yeah, that is true.
Attach it, and still lightweight, you know, like it doesn't feel giant. So here we go. So when you twist it, it extends, and at the furthest, I think it's like equivalent to 300 millimeters.
Yeah, which is crazy big.
Yeah.
For how small it actually is.
You can look at my viewfinder here. So that's Columbia Tower right ahead, and my ISO is way too high. Don't need it to be that high. And oh yeah, I'm like way overcompensated there. Okay, so yeah, right there is Columbia Tower. Ooh, I can go even closer. The tallest building in Seattle. And then right down there is Smith Tower, quite a bit smaller, but at one time it was the tallest building in Seattle. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and snap some stills here. Oh, it's so cold.
It's cold, I know.
I know, I'm like shaking, yeah. And I don't have IBIS, but I have image stabilization, and OIS is on. And that's gonna help me some because it is chilly, it's cold.
You almost want to tape that button because you never want it off.
I know, right? I can't really think of a reason, like for what we do, like we'd never want OIS off.
It actually makes or breaks your shots. Just like that hyper smooth yesterday.
So I'm gonna do some stills. Oh, we have a cormorant right up ahead, so I'll get some stills of that, and then I'll try to get some video. Ooh, there's the insignia towers, and I think I actually see, is that Baker? There's a mountain behind it in the distance there. Between, you see the insignia towers, and then there's
it's not quite Baker, but it's one of the southern
Cascades.
Cascades. The more southern Cascades.
Way out there is Space Needle. Alright, so I got some stills. I'm going to go ahead and do some video. And we'll just show you what video looks like with the X-T3 and the 55-200 lens.
So yeah, keep in mind that's a 300. It's very hard to stabilize. And the camera has no IBIS.
And I'm cold, so I'm actually shaking. This is actually making it really hard.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm fully
holding this thing.
I'm fully extended here and hand holding it. And you be the judge of if that's stable footage or not. Okay, let me get a few more and we'll move on. There's the cormorant. Again at the maximum distance or maximum range of this lens. Alright, let's move. It's cold. Alright, let's switch it up now to, wow. Alright, so for starters, look at the size difference in these two. This guy is actually has less range than this one, but it is like double the length here. This is the 50-140 f2.8. This is the 55-200. So I'm gonna give that to you. And here's the top. So yeah, this is the giant red badge 55-200 lens.
All that weight is so that it can be 2.8.
Yeah. And the nice part, so when you extend that, the other lens, this one actually stays the same even when you're, you know, zooming in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. if you're zooming, you know, yours will extend, and this one actually doesn't.
So the moving part is
so
inside.
Yeah, the moving part is inside. So it's going to be this length no matter if you're shooting at 55 or 140. All right, so here we go. Again, a lot bigger. You can't get as close, but let's go ahead and film some. Here is, again, max range, the Columbia Tower.
Can you show your LCD?
Yeah, let me finish this real quick. Yeah. Columbia Tower and Smith Tower. All right, so.
There we go. Full zoom.
Full zoom.
Taking video.
Yep, f2.8, but I could stop it down, I guess, to like f11, I guess.
So this is handheld, far zoom, mirrorless for video, and we'll see how it comes out.
Mirrorless for video. I'll go ahead and take some stills too. We'll throw it in there. Oh, there's a ferry. That's a great subject. Ferry's moving.
So far, when we've gotten the X-T3, we've noticed the footage got sharper compared to the X-H1, which came just 6 months ago. And especially in combination with this 2.8 red badge.
I was gonna say, I see a big difference when shooting with this red badge. Like, the images are sharper, the colors look more saturated, and yeah, the image quality is a lot better for both stills and video, but you had that problem of this lens is just so giant, it doesn't even fit in my bag. I'd have to have a way bigger bag to have it. And
if you're on the road, it really weighs you down.
Yeah, and realistically, we end up shooting with our mid-range for like the kind of shots that we like.
90% of the time.
So we don't really do telephoto much.
Well, it depends where you are though, if you're out in nature.
True.
And there are animals or like architecture.
Yeah, but for our basic style, like I think mid-range suits us better, but obviously sometimes you want a wide, sometimes you want a telephoto. So bottom line, if you can afford it, if you really need that f2.8 and you have the space to carry it, might as well get it because it's a fantastic lens with really, really great image quality for both stills and videos. But if you're on a budget or you don't want to carry a lens this big, then the other, I keep forgetting what the name of it, 55-200 is also a phenomenal lens.
Can you switch up some Velvia here to see?
Oh yeah. So this is one of the problems of me switching to Fujifilm is I forget that choosing your film simulation is one of the big benefits of shooting with Fuji, because with Canon and Sony it doesn't matter.
Well, because you're always shooting RAW with them.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is in Velvia.
I have a theory which is completely unverified, but is that the film simulations work even better for video than they do for photo. Nobody has backed me up on that theory, but I really think it's true.
I mean, I know for a fact that just editing our footage that I always love the Fuji colors, like just straight out of camera. And I don't really feel the need to do much to them other than maybe, you know, increasing contrast, maybe some brightness.
Sometimes.
But
not
yeah.
Right now in sunset.
Yeah, not always. Like, unlike when I'm shooting Sony, and I feel like I need to do quite a bit of post-processing.
You sure what happens when you put on your lens hood.
Yeah, let me get some stills here. I'll throw some stills in for comparison. So yeah, with the lens hood, and actually this is kind of a nice feature, is like the lock on it.
Oh yeah. So
actually, I don't even know how to do this.
Doesn't wiggle.
I don't get how this works. Open. Oh, what the hell?
I don't know.
Maybe I don't want to do that.
It's to access the ring or something?
I actually don't know what that's for, or why that came off there. All right. All right, so the hood, it's really nice, and it just twists off like that. Putting it on, though, is kind of a pain. Where's the... Okay, so there's the hood. All right, so we're switching over, and Martin's gonna try my X-T3 and this giant beast of a zoom.
So, I have two other Fujis, but not this one.
You are primarily with either the X-H1 or the X Pro 2. Lately the X-H1.
Yeah, that's really good for video. That's why it has IBIS. So it just has no IBIS, so it's probably gonna be shakier. But I'm seeing the image quality improve, which really is kind of the name of the game anyway.
Yeah, the image quality is better not only because of the new sensor in the X-T3, but also just having that red badge lens on it too.
Yeah, that too. No.
So what are your thoughts on using a lens like this versus your other telephoto?
Well, I don't like the size, that's for sure, but
I know.
if I examine the footage and it actually is higher quality, at certain situations it's worth it. When you
Yeah.
have the luxury of carrying the weight, and when you are able to put it on a tripod or something.
That's a good point. Like, it's very much a conditional lens, I think. At least in our case, because we have access to the other telephoto.
It's true, it's not an all-purpose lens for sure, it's too big for that, but and so right here I can hold it pretty steady in my arms, kind of locking my elbows, and let's see how good the video is. What is the truth is, some people more so and others less, but everyone has these little jitters in their hands.
Yeah.
And they really come from your whole body. When you start shooting video, you start realizing how you have to be locking your joints and trying to remove the little jitters, but the equipment takes those off for you. So if you forget the switch or the hyper smooth on the GoPro, you see the real terrible footage that you would be getting normally raw.
Oh man, we've done that. Actually, we have some examples from yesterday when we were shooting over at Magnuson, and we thought OIS was on your other zoom actually, but you can see in the footage later, you're like, no, OIS was totally not on, because we can see just like those little handshakes.
So one of the best things about Fuji is that as I'm shooting right now, it looks like a movie to me.
Yeah.
It's already like amazing gold, and then all the blacks are filled in and everything, so it looks like you shot it on a badass film.
Yeah.
Right through the viewfinder, and you get inspired as you're shooting, instead of seeing this bland, nasty look at first, and then you're like, okay, later may it come alive. But
that is true. That's actually a good point of like when you can, you know, see a really nicely colored picture as you're shooting it, then you get more inspired to shoot even more
it's true, yeah.
around